Welcome. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps spread the word and helps make more of these videos possible. If you like this video even more, you can make a recurring donation via Patreon or a one-time donation via Ko-fi. The links are all in the description below. Enjoy the video.
Hello, this is Karia again, and I have another video for you today. Today's video is inspired by a video by Meow Meow Kapow, and she does watercolor videos, and I'll give you a link to her video up there. Actually, I'll put it down in the description below. And her video was basically about what she takes to paint on the go and how she does her painting on the go, and I thought I would talk a little bit about what I do when I'm on the go. So basically what I do is what I bring basically depends a lot on what bag I'm taking and how much room I have. So let's say I'm not taking a bag at all and I'm literally just putting stuff in my pocket, then normally I'll bring either a set of these 12 graphite pencils. I have a different set that I use at home, so don't let the fact that this doesn't look all that uses imply that I haven't been using this. Is just have a different set that I use at home. And so that's what I will take. I have a set of 12 like ink tints that I sometimes take, or a different brand of graphite pencils, and just like a notepad, and that's what I'll take with me if I'm just not carrying anything, and I'm not bringing a purse or anything, and I just have that. Okay, so that's what I'll bring, and I'll just put this here temporarily. Okay, so let's say I'm taking a bag, and this is my favorite bag. I got this bag like 10 years ago, I think. I don't even think they make it anymore. Look, it's all beat up and stuff. Anyway, let's say I'm taking this big bag out, and this is what I'm taking out. And this is like my, I say big because it looks big in here, but it's my messenger bag, and this is what I take when I mostly go out. So let's say I take this. So then if I'm bringing this, then I will usually bring, hold on, I'll take all the stuff out for you just to show you that this is what I bring. So I'm just going to take this stuff out just to show you, like, this is what I bring. I have like my wallet in here. I have my keys in here, which I'm not going to take out and show you my keys in my wallet, but I'm going to take out and show you these various art supplies. And it's different too if I'm bringing, hold on, got my keys here. Okay, this is the notebook that I bring, and this is one of the watercolor sets that I bring, and I think that's it. The rest is just random stuff that's in here. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside for now. Just going to put that down. Okay, so what I would fit in the bag would be a notebook, and I'll talk about the notebook in a minute. I'll bring my Sennelier towel. I wish I could get another one of these because I really enjoy it. And I normally bring about this many water brushes. So these are the three sizes of the Pentel Waterbrush, and I'll do a video of my renewed thoughts on the water brushes. And this is a Faber Castell one, and this is a tiny detailer one. This one is super tiny, and the tiny detailer one. And even though I did have like 10 of these in the bag, normally the only one I'll bring with me is the size 2. If I'm bringing just this and I'm not bringing anything else, I'll just bring the size 2 and I'll call it a day. So I'll bring the size 2, and I'll bring a regular graphite pencil, usually F hardness. This is a B, but I try to bring the F when I can, and HB water soluble graphite. I'll do my preliminary sketches with the water soluble graphite, and then when I'm ready to finalize the sketch, I will use the graphite. Sometimes I'll go over it with pen when it's done, so I'll bring the pen, and this is the eraser that I bring, and I bring a sharpener to sharpen the pencils. So that's what I bring, and let me show you the notebook. So this is the notebook that I always bring when I'm carrying the small tiny bag. So all of this was done on the go. Like, none of this was done anywhere but on the go. So this was, I just came back from the US Open, so I was sitting in a spot at the US Open. They gave me this water cup from the US Open, and then this is me like actually watching the match. So this is what I bring like when I'm out, and I like this because it's small, it's high quality watercolor paper. I don't have to tape it down. It always comes back. This is the Sennelier urban sketchbook, and this is really what I travel with when I'm on the go. What I bring for notebook wise, and Meow Meow Kapow brings like these super tiny palettes, and that's normally, I mean I can work with small, you know, limited color palettes, but I usually bring this one, which has this is a regular 12 set tin that I converted to hold 24 colors, and I usually bring like this. So this one has been wanting to come out. I'm not sure what is going on, if the magnet on this one is not working, but this is the one that I travel with. And when I'm traveling, this is what I take. I got my colors here, and this is my basically my favorite to go palette. Sometimes I'll bring the Daniel Smith, which looks exactly the same, except that it has Daniel Smith colors in there. All right, so I'm gonna pause, and then I'm gonna show you what I bring when I am bringing a lot of stuff. So this is my light carry, but I'll show you my heavy carry in a minute. All right, so if I'm bringing my big bag, so this is I'm not sure if I would call this a big bag, but this is a regular size tote, 13 by 11 or something along those lines. So this is what I call the big bag. So if I'm bringing the tote, then I definitely carry a lot more stuff. So let me just assume that I'm bringing just watercolor pencils. So if I'm bringing just watercolor pencils, then I'll bring this tote along. I'm gonna put the tote back, and I basically will bring just this, and maybe just this, plus the, I'll probably bring 2 or 3 of these, and I will bring it with the paper wrapper, just because the paper wrapper, it stays open, but the paper wrapper keeps it from maybe getting scratched up or something. So I will usually bring it with the paper wrapper. What it looks like on the inside, you open it up, and this is literally one of my favorite art supplies to take. It is bigger than almost anything else that I carry with me on the go, but it's also really nice, and I think a lot of fun to travel with. So I'll have my spot like this, and I'll go to Starbucks, and I will sit down, and I'll usually lay them out like this or like that, depending on how much room I have, and just go to town. This was a sharpener when it came with the package, and I took it out and I put a kneaded eraser by Faber Castell in there. And then what I'll usually do is I will bring one water brush, and then I'll pour out some water in there, and I'll use one of these brushes, so that I don't have to use the water brush unless I want to use the water brush. So that's usually what I'll do for that part. And it came with a white Faber Castell eraser, but I think the green one works better for a mix of graphite and water soluble pencil. So this is my watercolor pencil setup, and this is, it looks big, but it actually is quite comfortable to sit in, and I can sit in various small spaces. I've gone to Starbucks with this. I've taken this out when I've traveled, and this is really a fun one to take with you. It's definitely a conversation starter with you. People may stop you and want to have a conversation. Are these watercolors or are these pencils? And then sometimes you'll have to explain to people that they're a little bit of both. So this is what I bring when I bring the big tote with me. So I'm going to pause right now. All right, I forgot to share this earlier, but I'll share it now. So I'll bring this with either the watercolor pencils or the big tote. Both of them, I'll bring this out and I will just draw with this. A lot of this was done on the go. Some of this was done at home. So either way, I'll bring this with me, and this will be my, my watercolor pencil tote. This is, I don't know if this is watercolor pencil or if this might have been, I think this is watercolor pencil. This is watercolor pencil on one of my DIY Arches blocks, and I'll show you a link up there to how I did the DIY Arches blocks, and this is really fun. This was a exercise from one of the books, and I'm working on this for a review of that book that I'm working on, and the exercise was to basically draw the same object over and over again. So clearly I'm drawing erasers here, and then I'm just drawing all my various different kinds of erasers for this one. And I will bring these collapsible cups when I bring the big tote, and not for watercolor pencils, but for watercolor paints. If I'm bringing watercolor paints in the big totes, I will always bring these big cups. In fact, they live inside the tote, and when I'm carrying just the pencils, I take the cups out, and these are great because I'll have one for clean water and one for dirty water, and since they're different colors, it's very easy to not get them mixed up. For paint wise, you guys already saw all the same stuff, so I'll bring all of this stuff. This is all the same stuff, the water brushes, the markers, all of that. That will all go with me as well, in addition to the water cups. But the great thing about this is I will bring multiple regular travel brushes. This is a size 2, but the other one, the size does rub off on these, which I do not like, but however, they're still usable, and I still enjoy them. You just have to be, you know, mindful when you take them out and kind of guess what size you have. Anyway, so there's that. So that's what I will bring. And of course I will bring the paint. All right, this is the paint that I would bring. I mean, I don't travel all that often with my Daniel Smith. A lot of times I'll use it at home, but I do have it. It is ready to travel. I have a larger Daniel Smith that has all my colors, but it's pretty much the same setup, except it's on a tin of 24 that, you know, was designed to hold 24, and this is just one of those made on them. So let me show you the whole tote, so you guys can see. This is the whole thing. Oops. So you guys can see that's the whole thing with the box in there, and then you can see the towel in there, and then all the other stuff that's in there. So when I'm going, got the, hold on, got the watercolor block, the notebook. So when I'm going and I'm taking out the watercolor pencils, or I want to have a watercolor block with me, or I want to work with more stuff and I want to bring the water bucket, then this is what I bring with me. And this is actually just a tote from, I think this is LL Bean, and they have this service where you can design your own tote and design your own colors. So I designed this. This has a top over here. Let me show you. There's a, hold on. There's a zipper top here, so that if I'm out and it's raining, then I can zip everything up and keep it from getting rain. And you can pick your own colors and other stuff. So that's basically how I travel when I do my watercolors. So that's basically how I travel when I bring my big tote. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me showing all the stuff that I travel with. As you can see, I don't really travel light. If I'm going to bring a coloring book, then the coloring book will go in the big tote. I bring a coloring book sometimes, but usually when I color at home, because that lets me spread out. And as you guys can see, I like to have a lot of stuff with me when I'm working. I like to have everything. So so I hope you guys like this video. Let me know down in the comments, how do you guys travel with your art? And what do you guys bring? And what do you guys think about my small tote and my big tote setups? And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to be kind to one another, and don't forget to stay for a video of the cats. All right, bye. Alright, I'm out here waiting for the bus, and I just want to show you guys what I have here. I got my notebook. You can see the paint over there. I got my reusable Starbucks cup to try to avoid using excessive plastics. And then I also have this bag here where I got my pencils and some other stuff in here. But yes, so this is literally how I carry my stuff. And then I'll show you guys again when I paint. Okay, this is what it looks like when I got all my stuff laid out. I got my brushes, my sharpener, my pencil, my preliminary sketch, and my towel. So this is me all laid out and spread out.
Look who hates traveling. Hey, buddy. Stewie hates traveling, but he likes hanging out in his little carrier. Right, Bunny? Aw, did I wake you up, buddy? I'm sorry. I'll let you go back to sleep, buddy.